Oh, so just yesterday I did something for a trend on YouTube, and as you can see, I am doing a little doodle and then I'm covering up the colors. This is because I did a little trend known as the Draw Your Monster trend, I think it's called. I'll show you the video.
Make the skin color your favorite color. The eye color the color of your birthstone. The hair color should be the color of your shirt. If you wear glasses, add a third eye or just another set of eyes. If your favorite animal has horns, add horns. Or if they have wings, then add wings. If you wear earrings, add those. And everything else is really up to you. Oh, and if you happen to be an artist, draw your monster.
So that was the video. I pretty much did a little edit kind of my art for funsies. So I decided to do a little long form video today talking about how I made it. So first I did a little doodle here for the video just for the sake of picking out colors and stuff. I actually might do this more often in the future because it actually made me easier to sketch out the reference and stuff. Also, by the way, you're going to see me use a photo and you're going to see me add some stuff to it in a minute. It's just a random photo from Google I found, so I don't know what it is. You're going to see a watermark on it, so there's credit, I guess. Here you go. There's the credit. So you can see me sketching out where the limbs are supposed to be. I try not to trace photos because that would be kind of, sketchy. So I just add where the joints are going to be and where the main parts of the body are going to be. And then I add my own elements so that I don't completely trace it. Also, sorry if you can hear me moving around and stuff. My microphone has been acting really weird lately. But for the clothes, I went for kind of an asymmetry look to match her pose. I didn't want anything to be symmetrical here. So I actually shifted the head over a little bit to the right. I don't know if you noticed that. But, so you'll notice that I flipped my canvas here in a second, and I noticed that mistake, and I fixed it with Liquify. So, if that is bothering you, don't worry, I fix it in a second. Liquify is a lifesaver, honestly, so if I didn't have Liquify, a lot of my drawings would kind of be cooked because I'd have to redraw everything from the start. So now you can see me kind of inverting my entire drawing because I wanted to do a different style, and I just kind of wanted to change up the colors a little bit. You can see me eyedropping the colors from the doodle and putting them onto the canvas. So for a second, it's going to look like a whole lot of nothing is happening, and that's because I'm trying to clean up the little gaps that the bucket tool leaves. So for that little nothing gap, I want to talk about who this is. This is Lynn, and this is like a design for my story. Originally, I had a much more complex design for her, but I decided to simplify it. And I was like, hey, you know what? This kind of looks cool. What if I use it in my story? And I was like, this kind of matches up with her design, so why not use it? So, this is my design for Lynn. Here you go. You can see that she kind of looks like an angel when I add in the color for her wings, and that's kind of the vibe I was going for. I was actually very satisfied with all the colors that I chose, so I was very happy with how it turned out. Now we're finally adding in some shading to the shirt. So the way that I decided to shade this piece is I shaded it normally, but with the highlights I added that you'll see in just a minute, I added a lot more highlights than I normally do. Normally my highlights are very subtle, but for this one I added really bright highlights, and I think that made it look all the more better because it made it look like her skin was glowing, and it made her look like a true otherworldly being. Also, if you've noticed a jump in quality in my work recently, that is because I've been studying color theory and anatomy. I've also been using more references lately, so that's probably why. Color theory is very complex when you think about it as a whole, but when you actually break it down, it's very easy, because there's a couple colors opposite of the color wheel that look good together, there's a couple colors next to each other that look good together. It's just, you don't even have to know the names of the stuff, because I sure don't, but I know the basics, and the basics is all you really need to know. I also learned that when shading, you're supposed to shift the hue instead of just darkening the color. I learned that from Sam Does Art, so yeah, definitely go recommend him. He is a great influence on my art. He's way more advanced than I am, so definitely go check him out if you're interested in my art. But there are a lot of people that have influence on my art, including people that I can't shout out because they're on a different app. For these shorts, I accidentally added a bit too bright of a highlight at first. I'll fix that in a second. As you can see, I added a little bit of a blue shadow over them just to make them a little bit more blended in with the rest of the environment. Then I added in a background, and then I add some color to the line art because it feels a little bland. And then that is the final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. My commissions are open and linked in my link tree if you're interested.